guys. Alright, welcome back. So what I've done is I'm priming these guys gray. This is one of the horses from Battle Masters. That Battle Master set. Now, I like using gray and white primer. But black is really unforgiving because it adds a little shade to it if you miss anything. White is probably the worst when it comes to finding discrepancies. So that's the horse that comes from the Battle Master set. These are two Bretonians right there. So I had an extra horse, so I'm putting the vampire count on that horse. So now I'll show you what I'm doing. I've already watered down my paint a little bit. I'm using Caliph Brown right here. And I'm painting all my Bretonian horses brown. I've got another set of $16 Knights coming in, and I've got another 12 archers coming in. I'll show you. So this is what I got on my painting board right now. This is what I'm doing. So I'm painting these Bretonians up with these guys. These guys. I found a blister of Bretonian Archers Command in my closet. So that was pretty cool. That was a nice surprise. I found some cold ones, and I got some cold ones here. Dark Elf cold ones. So, a bunch of other stuff. But so we're doing this. We're putting these guys together. We got those archers, these archers, Bertrand and his archers, and I'm gonna do these guys as well as these guys over here. If anyone remembers, that's the U.S. Cavalry I was working on in my apartment. So I booked them out as well. So got quite a bit going on. So with this many figures, what I'm doing is I'm painting the horses right now, because the horses are going to be pretty consistent. The Bretonian Knights are going to be all different colors. So going back and forth is going to take a little time. So what I'm doing is I'm painting all the horses brown. And if I need to, if I want to change the color to white or black, I just go over the light brown. Now this brown is pretty watered down. I don't know if you can see the consistency on this right now, but it's pretty watered down. Now, in assembly line fashion, the first model you paint will dry, and that's the way it's drying right now. So even though it looks watered down, it actually came out pretty good. Now, I'm going to put on a shade, and that shade is going to darken it. So then I can use a lighter brown. If I don't have a lighter brown, I can mix a little white with the brown and just make it a wee bit lighter. And then I can go over some areas. I can use the same color if I want to lighten up the area, and then go with a lighter brown on top of that. Now, if you spray paint with the black primer, your paint's going to have to be a little bit thicker, because what's going to happen is you're going to need to put more coats on it. But whereas I'm using a brown, it wouldn't be too bad. But if you're using like a red or a yellow, then you're going to have some problems. I don't know, maybe it's the pigments. It's so light that you have to put on multiple coats in order to get through the black. So with the assembly line fashion, while I'm painting this horse, my other horses are drying. So by the time I get to the end and start painting the last horse brown, all the other horses will be ready for the next stage. So basically all you're doing is fighting time and fighting the monotony of painting the same color all the time. And I'm looking to make sure that I get everything. Love these guys. I don't know about the Age of Sigmar stuff. I haven't played that, so I really can't comment on it. I don't know if any of you guys have played Age of Sigmar, and if you have, if you would, just what do you think about it? I did get like a box of, I got like a starter set, and I wasn't too keen on it because it reminded me of Space Marines, and it just reminded me of Warhammer 40k. And so why do I want to play another game that's so similar to 40k? You know, I miss the old Hammer. It was very cool. So hopefully there'll be a resurgence, you know, with some of us going back to the old Hammer stuff. I did find a box of magic items, all the cards that went with the game. I can remember I threw them up on eBay a while ago and no one bought them. I'm glad no one bought them, because I ended up putting together this Bretonnian army, and believe it or not, the magic items are actually on the cards. They're not in the book. There's a few in the book, but not the majority of them. So the majority of the cards have all your magic items in it, and battle magic and all that neat stuff. So I'm pleased I didn't sell it. So a lot of the areas are tough to get to. But I think out of all the armies, the Bretonnians were my favorite. And then there were the Dark Elves. Why Dark Elves? I don't know, but I like the Dark Elves. Now when I put these together, they come in halves. Let's see what we can get. There we go. Okay. So these things come in halves, the horses. And right here, I ran out of that glue, so what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gluing these together. I lost the tail. So so they come in halves, and when you put these things together, you get a seam line. So what I do is I file the seam line down. But now I'm gonna have to make a tail out of the green stuff. What do you think, guys? Think I used that enough? I go to the hobby shop, $4 for a 2-pack, which isn't too bad. Move these guys over here. Put you here. So she needs a tail, and this guy needs a tail. Well, you see the seam here? We've got a seam right there. So you file that seam down, and then I prime it. And then once you prime it, you can actually see where you need to keep sanding it down. So I'm not going to glue it together right now. I think I'm going to wait till I find a tail, and then I'll do it. If I can't find a tail, I got some green stuff around here that I will make a tail out of. So basically, guys, this is what I'm going to do. I'm painting up these horses brown, and I'm going to show you before this video is over, because I know I'm running out of time. Camera. I got these little figures, came in the mail the other day, Grim Skulls, and they see if I can open these things up. They're a little bit pricey, but I saw these on YouTube, and they look pretty cool. I'm gonna assume how that. I'm trying to figure out how this goes on now. You tell me. Let's see how this goes. So I'm gonna dry fit these babies and see how it goes. I'm trying to figure out, is that how it goes? Oh, I think that's how it goes. Alright, so look at this. I don't know if you can see that. This is a Sister Repentia from the Battle Sisters. Look at that. Look at that figure. What an awesome figure. Of course, bare-breasted women running through the battlefield get a little distracted. Marine Corps is never like that. Aha. Okay, so there we go. So this is what we're looking at. This is what we're looking at. Ain't that neat? That's a pretty cool figure. So I got the Sisters of Battle. This is their base. Base is pretty cool. Then I got, these are the same ones. Well, they're all different poses. So these are Sisters with Pentheus. And then I have an Emperor Sister Superior, which she looks pretty cool. So next week we'll put these together. And then I went after some, the greater good, some Tau. And I got Tau females with kind of like a Tau Rambo, which I thought was pretty neat. So I ended up picking him up. And then we got the Greater Good Dash Commander. So you're gonna make me open you, aren't you? Let's see what we got. She looks pretty cool too. I never saw female Taos, so I thought they were unique figures. So I ended up getting a squad of sisters, and this little, I can make a little diorama set of Tau. I do have a little bit of Tau somewhere buried in this all this mess, but yeah.